a vow among the people that every tyrant knows freedom will come tomorrow. We sing it through the night. Though chains press on our shoulders, our spirits still ignite. Hope is not forgotten, it's the drum beneath our sorrow. We rise, we stand, we hold the line. Freedom will come tomorrow.
Dear Sierra Leoneans, I've been promised una a video discussion on beating them at their own playbook. But the first I will start today, na the playbook incessive. I go describe how this playbook look like. So we title for today, na the Paopa handbook or the Paopa Playbook. When you talk about a regime playbook, it talk about the style, the pattern where they use for make them rule a country, the way when the tactics and then strategy for make them survive or for make them stay in power for donkey years. From 2018 to date, Boko signed on day for make people gather and develop a book, but the Paopa handbook or the Paopa Playbook. So now join me today. Make we look at how this playbook look like. Wait till we know them for. Wait they don't show you and say wait person show you that them be, believe them. So this playbook they tell you, but wait they don't show you, say them be. And it proves in a handbook because they do the same thing. When you see this one person behave this way, they see the other person behave the same way. When this one person talk this thing, the other person talk the same thing. So now a playbook where they all agree on, it's as if they agree on them before even they come into power and then put her into being. So make we look into this today. Yeah. The first thing we'll deal with now, how this playbook look like. What's in there inside this playbook? You know, where a regime gets a playbook like this, it tell you say that the operating logic means say now how do they think? How do they use them power for how do they behave for preserve them power? What do they talk? How do they control discussion or public views? How governance issues? How people they describe the government, the administration, any situation will happen in the country that they try for put their own story, how they want to for make it go. Not to wait till you experience so, not to wait till you see now how they want to make the world see them, how they want to make the country see them, how they want to make it interpret. Not to see and say how they want to make we interpret them. It like you experience bad, if they say no, not for interpret them this way, for make the people hear now how they control the narrative. This book also means say how do they manipulate institution forget their own way. And a playbook also it is shaped by we post-war political culture, means say how we see politics after the war. And it also they involve how governments they influenced by the challenges where government they face. So now a book where generally make it easy where they show you how a regime they behave to every situation, how they talk, what they do for make them protect themselves, and what they do for make them stay in power. Generally, and the playbook and the tactics, simple one I can go say, what are the tactics for make them rule, how they rule, and for make them stay in power. Make we see what this book look like. The first strategy where they use, Englishman call it centralizing power through institutions. Means say that they take them power, put all together through different institutions. How it mean or how go can do. Example that they use state institution for make them get them power or for make them get them control through, for instance, parliaments, security forces, commissions, different kind of state institutions that they use for make them consolidate executive power. Means say for make them get that rank, for make them make control, for make them get power, for make them for control the country without no other opposition not take control. So that they consolidate executive authority by controlling state institutions. This, and I will tell me say when I don't see it. It starts from 2018 when they pull parliamentary seats from APC for men and get total control of parliament. Since then, everything we can at parliament waiting to happen, and by the way, nothing on the way opposition come up with, we don't pass through. All what they say and nef cut. That's not how they consolidate executive power. We continue under this how they consolidate executive power when we title centralizing power through institutions. Then they weaken or bypass checks and balances. How this they happen? We see this how say the courts, parliaments, and the executive for be a separate entities. Yes, they overlap in many ways, but they forget independence. But we not see independence in any way by all of them institutions here. Waiting they happen. Once the executive says something, you see the court, they follow through with them. No independence, no day. If you get this can simply be seen when you see a case against the executive, when some person do something against the executive, he reach the court. Trust me, all Sierra Leoneans them no say as soon as that case go to court. Now waiting the government wants and they happen. Not waiting the constitution wants so, not due process so. Now waiting it say. And that's it simple. You see, no man go deny bail. You can grant person bail, allow me the law look through the case and say the person right or wrong, then you judge them. But no, they please the government there and then keep the person, that discipline the person that Pademba Road or CID until the case they done. That's one way where they centralize power through institutions. We see the police into great play, where as and say, hey, as something happen against any of the executive members, them, they not even wait for me to instruct them. They already know what will happen. It's a playbook laid down where they're already in position of power, know what for do when something happen. We see also how they delay or dilute reforms for threatening any reform where they threaten incumbency. You see the first past the post kind of elections, they don't want them. They prefer PRC we go ensure say they still they in power. So that they leverage, Englishman say, leveraging bureaucratic complexity to delay or dilute reforms that threaten their incumbency. This can be seen in many scenarios, but because we get beaucoup thing for talk, and I'll give much example, but people they under the comment section, I can give an example them in then different kind points here. But we always see them. Social media get beaucoup video of them kind here. So you see, say any concern, any issue we get for do with institutional capture, you see that in play for me to ensure that they address anything we threaten them not for stay in power according to what they don't plan. Number 2 strategy, controlling the narrative. I didn't give example quick up in start, but how the playbook look like. But these are the second strategy. Anything happen at the country, anybody will come for can talk for describe exactly what happened or what he experienced. You see, they all will come after the person because they want control the narrative for prove themselves, for show to the world say they are good. This can be seen by how they frame dissent. Anybody will come against them, anybody will talk against them, opposition or critical will talk against them, that they say the part one destabilize peace in the country. They say anti-peace activity. Or then can even reach out and say that terrorism, or then come with cybercrime, this crime, for make them control the narrative or way of waiting they happen in the country. Nobody not get mocked again. They get different way for control the narrative. They get the subtle way and they get the hard way. The subtle way, you go see, say, then go use. In fact, I don't know if I've called them subtle self. They go use the law of cyber. They go use the law of terrorism. That's not a subtle way self and come after you. They suppose as a back go come after you. They go threaten you. They will kind of you PV that you inbox threaten you. You know get guts now. You know get caliber. You back out, controlling the narrative. In our end day, you see them control the state media. and align influencers for shape and allow the influencers them or the social media bloggers them for making shape public perception, irrespective of waiting the app on the ground, not the data they use. Then just care for protect them administration. They don't say, okay, these are things where people they complain about, more listen to them and more rectify. No. They say, una for set una mouth and suffer in silence, more give and say, give the world the sunshine and tell Master Jesus the rest. And that's what they tell we all. Say, no matter what you experience, it's like you're angry, be a God need and pray, but can I do and smile? So that they use state institution, bloggers, then supporters and social media for go after people. Then the other one that they use the police and bend the law to forfeit themselves for go after people when they talk against them. So you see, say that this way that they control the narrative of their administration. This they part of the playbook. You see also that they rewrite political events, meaning say anything will happen. For instance, they don't get the tripartite agreements, the national unity, and everything. They don't agree, say, then for review the constitution, so as the next elections they not go happen like what happened the last time. But you see, say, they rewrite the political events, how they do them, then decide for choose electoral commissioner now before they rectify, before they review the constitution. This, you see, I'm cut across from 2018 to date and no change at all. We go to the next one. Instrumentalizing reforms. What does this mean? It means, say, when they announce fine reform, the way progressive. One thing where this government's good for now, very good initiatives and gets, very good documents, policies them. Unfortunately, now for please, international community, moral guarantors them for the icing of men. But we can't so really for me the implement them. You see, saying go do them slowly, selectively, or not at all. That's not part of the playbook. Then they use reform language for me to maintain international legitimacy. Means say for me the international community accept them, for me they respect them, for me they sit down with them, for me they engage them, for me they support them, for me they give them funding. That they use all the right language of reform where they feel the international community need for ye. So then, but why do they do that? They say one thing and that they wake up to the action. They know they change. They maintain their stance for me to preserve domestic control. They say national unity agreements for make peace day, for make all opposition countries go build this country, for make go push a country before. But trust me, all the national unity agreements, all the recommendations them are all only on papers. We can't to performance, we can't to reality to implementing it. They are not in existence. They are not in existence. This pattern, you go see and they go throughout the Salon reform cycle. Ambitious plan, now all them policies them. Ambitious plan, and the reform cycles them, but with limited implementation. And trust me, if you're not possible elect for read, do research of the Open Government Initiative reports, of different developmental reports. You will see the same thing cut across from 2018 to date where they tell you say they have ambitious plans, but it coexists with limited implementation. Not to them concerned at all. They just want for also now you go and I make you go see say if they mark them, say yeah, then pass this, because they sabi write report. They sabi cooperate with the reform, but for implement them, no go ever see them they happen. The fourth strategy inside the Paopa Playbook, Englishman call them managing international optics. Of course, it relates with some other points I don't give, but this they only own as a strategy. What do it mean? That they ensure say they make fine how they look outside. That they try for make fine how they look outside to other countries then, to donor partners then. How do they do that? They maintain strong diplomatic messaging to development partners. Means the way they engage with partners then, international partners then they maintain good language, something progressive, something democratic. And the message, then be very diplomatic in them. For sure say that they do better back home. But of course, me and you know say, waiting they talk to the partners and waiting happen, the reality not grown, not two different things. And waiting funny when they not realize, even when they go and talk so, that they listen them because now diplomacy. You go listen to them, but when you watch the report, watch the US Embassy report consistently from 2018 to date. Watch the other international communities, the European Union, and other, watch the reports. The realities on the ground, then write inside the report. Because the fact of the matter remain, then people and then are the ground day. And if some of them when they na ground then they on social media they hear where people they complain that they see what they happen to the opposition to critique them. So even though they try to manage international optics, it's difficult to be done because the reality on the ground different. You can see the reports how they highlight anti-corruption commission, say they're transparent, inside them open government's commitment, even when it's so flary, the reports are so flary. Because every year that they send to them reports say, we are giving updates of waiting we don't do over this past year on open government initiative, on anti-corruption, on democracy, on human rights. The reports are all because of the people and then at the office system, all so flary and beautiful. Whilst on the reality on the ground is different. Because they get ambitious commitments, but unfortunately, uneven follow through. Means say, waiting they promise, not when they give. The fifth strategy we call an co-opting or fragmenting opposition. This is not a for even waste with temper because una see it clear as day. From 2018 to date, they don't go after the All People's Congress, from Parliament for seats at the arm, up until date, say they go shoot during election, they go shoot on the headquarter day. Make you know say they are after the opposition. But not only we say co-opting. What do you mean by co-opting? It means say that they try for bring opposition members them to their own side. When they fail now, then go to the other side when for fragment, for scatter, for weaken the opposition. That's not what I would deny to me saying, and I don't see this in play over the years. Then they offer selective inclusion for weaken unified opposition fronts. Meaning say the COI, Commission of Inquiry reports, then they use them for threatening some opposition members them, draw some of them to them, silence some, keep some quiet, and when they not succeed at all, then go next now for ensure say they use legal and procedural maneuvers for sideline opposition participation. This we don't see them clearly. It is part of the playbook. Then they create the appearance of dialogue with the opposition while they maintain tight control over outcomes. This can be seen in the National Unity Agreements. When they make it for say they're willing for sit down on the table with the opposition, unfortunately, in the reality, they not ever intend for keep to them promisingly. They just want for please the international partners them say, see, we cooperative with the opposition, no, then for make the APC come back na governance, so they will continue for rule continually. Unfortunately, they not ever intend for keep to them promise. The sixth strategy, Englishman call them leveraging crisis moments. Meaning say that they make use of crisis, tell me crisis day. Like when you say for right now we get the issue between Iran, Israel and US. Now that time they can use now say then failures in the economy, then failures in any other area that they use and now say now because of their emergencies here. We don't see them, we fuel go up, we rest go up, then say global economy. It's simple, it in different various forms. They use emergencies in the form of economic, security, political for justify extraordinary measures. For me, increase price per fuel, for me, increase price per rest, they use their international problem there or crisis here for doing. In all done there, when they for go after people them, how they do former president, His Excellency and F. Koroma, they don't always aim. You remember waiting the president talk about say if you not behave yourself, go treat you like picking or water. I don't remember the exact time again. And what happen? Where could happen? They link them because but they say they get the evidence then. So the only man. So they use emergencies, crises for me to ensure say then justify the extraordinary measure. Means say then justify what they intend, what they don't plan for do from 10. And trust me, make we say this clearly as day. When you go after them people here, they set trap for you. And simple, when they ready for come for you, either they put corruption case for you, or they go after you with cybercrime or terrorism, or they tell you say you're part of the coup that happen. And you never be ever come up where they tell you say they're under investigation, they keep them, then put your name there. So they use extraordinary measures for get them way, for control narrative, for ensure say they put all man silence so they will get their own way. Then they reframe crisis as reason for men centralized decision making or delay accountability. For men get their own way in every aspect of governance. Then they do any kind of thing. Use crisis moments. Use decent stem where you talk against them for come after you, for get their own way. That's a part of the playbook. We got a seventh strategy. We're not all careful agree with me say, then get one message, one people, one message, one focus. When you hear one part and talk something, trust me, listen to the next people they come. They continue that same conversation. This starts with the PR system where the former chairman, Prince Adam, talk about. From them, you will hear now, leader of parliament, take them. You hear some of the parliamentarians, then take them. You hear some ministers, they will take them. Then consistent and get one word.
The question people ask after Madabiu, who? That answer lies with Madabiu himself and God. So, Mada is thinking ahead of 28, not even 2028. His love for this party, and believe me, as in other countries like Mexico, the PRI stay for 76 years democratically. It's possible here. This PR system has proven. I just told the president after our discourse, the EU chief observers, I said, do you think we are going to hand over to these madmen?
The intention for the one message and for media ensure they retain power till donkey years. It's not done. On this one people, one message, you'll see where somebody, a critic or an opposition member says something against the government. You'll see the supporters and the media go say, hey, you know, incitement. You'll see the police, pop. No complaint until they do, and go after that person there for incitement. Then they add other crimes and they for fleshing her up. Then that's the one, you don't see say they get one message. The supporters they don't talk. The police don't join. They go see go to court. That person, you know, they get bail. They go Pademba Road. They go see that case. They go continue till and delay the person or strain the person. Say why is the person they Pademba Road? Then get one message. They listen to themselves. They not ever come say this is about Sierra Leone. This is my party or this is my government. So, but what they do so, I have to condemn it. Now, few exceptions there in this case, but mostly one people, one message, one intention to stay in power until donkey years. Now, Mike will look at why this playbook really they work. Why you think, say, from 2018 to date, they don't really amass so much power, they don't get so much control. Even people in command, they don't demonstrate, they don't wait stuff. It's different. One, why this playbook they work? It's simple. Different reason on the way make this playbook don't be effective inside salon. One, post-war trauma. People don't go through war, so they're afraid anything for end power again. So they fear it. So when they say they threaten people they're small, people in silence. Yes, and that's make this playbook don't work from 2018 to date. Two, economic dependency on external partners. It encourage the government for me to maintain good optics. Means say then they at all costs they ready for silence all man for make we not talk waiting really they happen. So the international partners are not going yeri. So they wait for continue for get the funding where they want. So they ready for bring down L down, heaven at whatever you can say for maintain their stance for ensure say they look good to the public. So they will continue for silence people. And that's make this playbook they continue for work. Also, another point now, because they get fragmented opposition, where they get a unified resistance against wrongs by the government TNAP. It adds for make we get one voice where the opposition where now in for the checks become a check, serve as checks and balance to the government not unify. And why they not unify, we all know say then they infiltrate them, then they use the FFF chamot inside the opposition and make a flare up. They understand if there is a unified opposition, this playbook can be shred into pieces. And unfortunately, the opposition, the factions within the opposition, not smart enough for not say all the FF chamot we then get, when they say I'm fighting for my rights, electoral justice, 2028, all other FF issues, them, they militate against una safe. And not only against the party, they militate against the country as a whole. The innocent people they look forward for get a democracy way standardized, a democracy way strong. And the only way a democracy will be strong, now when the opposition says strong, like the government, for puts them to their toes, for ensure say checks and balances day. Unfortunately, then continue for proof who get strength. We boku pass say let's justice boku pass there where PR 2028 then say we will focus on this. For many unify all the issues and put and grievances behind, they don't care. Now make we talk about how this playbook they show up in real time. How we for identify this playbook at work in real time. It's simple. When you see constitutional changes, they rush them, or then delay them, or then frame and say no, we try for do this, but more do this first. More to them begin find way for manipulate the constitutional review. No say and the playbook they attend. They ensure say whatever they do or put on that constitution day or agree for make it enter day, that still go and protect them, then power, still go make sure say then still retain power. 2, investigations and commissions where they set up, it appear like we say they produce something but for limited consequences. You see, say the only time where investigations and commissions they really operate very well. Watch the Anti-Corruption Commission, watch the PPRC, watch all other the COI and all others. The only time where you see them come into being, where you go say they're effective, and where they can after critics and opposition. But we can against the young people, the young supporters, you see limited consequences or no consequence at all. This also how they show in real time. They see how the opposition in concern, that they dismiss the opposition in concern continuously. In fact, they take and say, now political noise. They will use some step and them ignore them completely, forget and say, a democracy, not only a government, it include the opposition also. We will serve as checks and balances. But how do you see this playbook in play? By them ignoring the concerns of the opposition. You see in the concern of the electoral commissioner, how they end up, ignore them completely, even though they speak up from day one. Ignore them, they swear in, and now it's a begin dance, still non BO. That's the kind of playbook in operation. Another thing you'll see now, international partners, they receive reform documents where flowery. Watch if we talk about, because we can say, hey, why make we can invest for the international community say, hey, but why not go and get and say then get pass na then get pass na and get pass na ya? Yes, then we'll get pass. Because the international community they only judge based on the reports when they receive. The next time people forgo the ground forgo investigator. No, that's not the way it operates. The transparency report we have to do with corruption, the human rights report and everything where they assess them. Or except human rights, yes. Human rights, you see, U.S. Embassy gets a year report and watch all they fail through. Abuse of human rights, freedom of speech, all they fail. But anyone when they for rights reports and send, then they pass them because they sabi rights. These people are good with policies, but they're not good with implementation. So you will see the polished reform reports. So international partners very fine. But the reality on the ground, citizens they experience stagnation, degradation, hard times, suffering. Lastly, how you see this playbook in play? By how they respond to public dissent. You see say, as soon as you say anything against the government, and especially when you dey inside salon, the police take after you. And when they get after you, they quick send you go for cybercrime and rush am, crime go, as you gonna cut you know the ever Masando, you go Padema Road. You will be denied bail. That has been consistent from 2018 to date. That show you say it's a playbook. It's consistent from one dissent to another dissent. You know, don't they? Now go for demonstrate for protest, then go shoot una, arrest una, or you lost your life there. That has been consistent. That's a playbook in play. Lastly, what does this mean for citizens and opposition movements? What does this playbook mean for citizens and opposition movements? It's simple. It means say democracy go continue for the one place or deteriorate. If I don't stagnation, because stagnation, you say outside will meet and so they left and no. Not outside they meet and left and it don't deteriorate. It also means say if election take place, no will ever get accountability. Meaning say now waiting and want then go do, nobody will question them and will still continue for rule with power like gods. And people now going for begin differentiate between citizens, the people and suffering and the reality. No, the people and suffering and the message where the government say pass of everything is beautiful. Second to lastly, institutional erosion means say all state institutions they begin lost their value, they begin deteriorate, they begin rubbish because the rules them don't become flexible for many governments use. No separation of powers, all things cut across, all things they under the control of the executive. So instead of institutional institutions then serve as a stable safeguard for protecting citizens' rights, it become a tool for the government. Lastly, it become a cycle of reaction. This playbook in where they go on na salon don't make, instead of progress, instead of development, you see say opposition movement, instead of them begin develop the country or push the country go before, rather than just the number for they fight against the system because the system they hurt them, the system they suffocate them, instead of them bring new agenda of development. Opposition voices way for come together, bring new agenda for progress. Not go able to do that because they concentrate for the fight for breathe. Why say they suffocate them? Dear Sierra Leoneans, this now the playbook of the Paopa. This you will see and cut across from 2018 to date in various facets of my life. I promise to say all this and this playbook, all in strategy, we get way for response to them. It will be series, different episodes will come up on different strategies them on how to respond to a government. We don't usurp all the powers and not refuse for listen to the people then. Until then, not forget, add in the comment section other strategy where you see as part of the playbook. See you soon in how to beat them at their own playbook. I thank you.
A vow among the people